Hey guys, I'm Nicky Doviditis, the director of the Magic Railroad Parody, and I'm going to be breaking down a number of deleted scenes that we shot which connect to the P.T. Boomer plotline. One of the driving forces that led to the creation of the parody was my obsession with the so-called director's cut of Burt Allcroft's original film. I remember discovering the original Tatmer Revealed page on the Sodor Island fan site when I was like 8 years old. From there, I bought the original script and I became absolutely enthralled with the idea of a bad guy that was too scary for test audiences in a Thomas movie. He was a live-action badass who drove a motorcycle and blew up mountains with illegal explosives. That sounds pretty cool, right? Especially since the only footage we had to go off of was in the leaked chase scene, which, taken out of context, shows a very dark and mysterious villain that I wanted to know everything about. When I began writing the script for the parody, one of my main goals was to flesh out this lost villain and give him enough screen time to prove that the theatrical cut of Magic Railroad could have been awesome if he was included. I never really thought I'd ever get to see that director's cut, so I went out and tried to make it myself. And as a result, most of the Boomer scenes we shot didn't deviate enough from Allcroft's script. We added jokes and cool moments on top of her template, but we were essentially just copying these deleted scenes. And for a while, I thought they really worked and they added an interesting plotline that gave justice to Allcroft's original baddie, the lost diamond in the rough. Then we actually saw what Allcroft was going for. We quickly realized how unremarkable of a character Boomer was and how, in trying to bring to life Allcroft's vision, we were inadvertently making our movie worse by not learning from her mistakes. He's not very scary, and he's not very funny. He just wanders around town harassing people and ripping up their flowers. Boomer doesn't actually do anything of significance until Thomas shows up at the end of the movie, so no wonder they cut him. All he did was pull the focus away from the character that everyone was there to see in the first place. So, we decided to minimize our version of Boomer to only the scenes that progressed his story in a way that benefited Burnett and Diesel 10's stories. By having him only show up every 20 minutes or so, he creates this feeling of unease with the other characters. You always feel like you're being watched and that something bad is about to happen whenever he's around. We learned that less is more with this character, and that's really the only way to do him right. Otherwise, he's just meandering and not contributing much to the driving force of the story. This first sequence was how I originally wanted to introduce the Boomer plotline. It follows Billy Two Feathers the whole time, from his first encounter with Boomer, then warning Patch about him, and heading into the station to spread the word. This stretch of the movie also sets in motion the relationship between Patch and Billy, and how the two of them are constantly updating each other on Boomer's whereabouts and the state of things that have been left in Mr. Conductor's absence. There's some fun bits and pieces, but once we realized this entire chunk of the movie could be easily removed, we immediately preferred how the movie felt without it. With all that out of the way, here's Boomer's original introduction as it was intended to be seen.
Yeah! Nice, yeah.
Alright, paint job's finished. I'd reckon Shining Time is one of the best welcome signs of any town in the valley. Oh, like you could do any better, you don't even have thumbs. Jeez, man, you hear that train whistle sooner than it hears itself.
Better luck next time, Patch. Jeez.
I'm telling you, Mutt, the mags they got here are just crazy.
That's some fine work there, Patch. Fine work.
Thank you, Mr. Two Feathers. Definitely one of my best works, gotta say. Oh, also, what's the deal with these mysterious shadowy lines on your map? They look like straight railroad tracks, but the only ones around here are the ones you travel on.
It's a mystery. Makes this land so...
Magical?
bingo.
Oh, not really. I was just being sarcastic.
Yeah, It makes no sense to normal folk, but there's just something about this place.
I guess so. Well, I'd better be off to Muffle Mountain. I promised Mr. Stone I'd clean out his yard today. What fun.
That iron horse of mine serves me well. But you're a teenager. I bet you know this town better than anyone.
Yeah, I guess.
If you see a stranger when you're out, dressed in black, let me know, would you? His name is Boomer.
Is this gonna come into play later on at any point in the story, or is this just,
Get a move on, kid.
Oh, alright. Okay, bye, Mutt. Bye, Mr. Two Feathers.
So, you gonna leave me too? Wait! Mutt, come back! I don't want to find you flat in the street. I thought you could understand us. Ah, damn dog. Oh.
You're Billy Two Feathers. You know who I am?
Yes, you're P.T. Boomer, and you left this valley years ago after a fight with Burnett Stone.
A+, Tonto. You really know your stuff. And I'll have you know, I'm back. For 2 reasons. See that mountain over there? I'm gonna own it. Pretty cool, huh?
That mountain is not for sale. It belongs to...
Well, 1 second, Chief. No, I'm not busy. Yeah, why don't you get me a frap and one of those little cake pop thingies? Yeah, one of those. Yeah. Yeah. Meet me in the parking lot. You know, outside the little station. Yeah, the old shitty one. Yeah. Okay, gotta go. Bye.
That mountain is not for sale. It belongs to Mother Nature.
Oh, don't come at me with that spiritual mumbo jumbo. I know your type, and you haven't been cool since before the moon landing. Now the second reason I'm back. To find my dear friend Burnett Stone. Where is he?
Wherever he wants to be.
All right. Play innocent. Just like the rest of the people in this town. I'll find him. You people are just stuck in the goddamn past, aren't ya?
Maybe we like it that way.
This whole town is just so cringy. I mean, the name of your railroad is the Indian Valley. You can't tell me that the indigenous peoples of North America Valley Railroad doesn't sound better, with half the people offended.
I'm just gonna pretend you didn't say that. Isn't it a little hard to do a threatening interrogation on a kiddie scooter? I mean, look at that. Look.
Listen, Sitting Bull, things are gonna change around here starting today. I suggest you shut up and stay out of my way. Don't fuck with my scooter. Corporate had to cut costs somewhere.
Don't touch me again, Boomer.
Got it, yeah. Okay, 9, great. 9, can you say that one more time? Okay, 7, 2, Sorry, I can't hear you. Great, got it. Okay, terrific, thanks. Hey, do you have a second, Billy?
Sure.
I found this old drawing in the Lost and Found next to a box of Schemer's old things.
Thanks for getting rid of him, by the way. It was way too much at the end.
Oh my God, don't remind me. But seriously, look at that signature. That's Burnett Stone's. Like, that Burnett Stone.
Most likely.
Geez, it's hard to believe Burnett could have ever looked that happy.
Burnett had a wonderful smile for years.
Oh wait, I've been meaning to ask you. How's Patch's sign coming along? I haven't had a chance to check it out yet.
Oh, it's unique. But hey, I've been meaning to talk to you about something. Mm-hmm. Earlier, I met a man who may be planning to take our jobs away from us.
What? Who is this guy?
His name is Boomer. And he has some kind of vendetta. Well, I guess.
Do you think this is about the engine? I mean, I thought that was just some old rumor.
Well, all I know is Burnett and Boomer had a fight over something. What's it over at? Mystical train deity. Who's to say? Either way, he's trouble. And since he already hates me, he won't care for some of our employees.
Oh. Shining Time Station.
This next sequence was the lead up to a scene that I ended up losing all of the footage for, and because we no longer had that, we no longer needed this. The story of this minor subplot is basically that Boomer leaves Billy at the station in search of Burnett's house, so he stalks the paperboy to find his address. Later in the movie, after Burnett leaves the workshop at night, he was supposed to run into Boomer outside his house with the newspaper in hand. The next night, Boomer is back again, this time witnessing Lily exiting the magic portal. The next morning, Burnett finds that another one of his newspapers has been vandalized by Boomer, which prompts him to remember when the two of them weren't on such bad terms. As you can tell, this subplot didn't go anywhere and really wasn't necessary. The newspaper scene was supposed to be the silly, amplified version of Allcroft's newspaper scene that exaggerated the premise to an absurdly dark extent. I personally still think that this scene is funny, but it doesn't really belong in the movie. Regardless, I still enjoy it anyways.
Holy shit, there's a fucking Snorlax over there! Where? Ah, there you are. Oh, sir, you can't take that. You got, sir. You can't just take my paper, sir. Sir, no, I need.
Beat it, kid.
No, but I need the paper. I need it.
You can have it.
I need it.
Nope.
Man. Come on.
Can't have it.
On it. No, just give it.
Nope.
I need it, man.
Can't have
Come
it.
on, just give it to me.
Can't have it.
I need it.
Beat it, kid.
The next two scenes were meant to be a follow-up to Billy's request to Patch from the previous scene that they shared together.
If you see a stranger when you're out, dressed in black, let me know, would you?
The next day, Patch does see the stranger, and he runs as fast as he can back into town to report his findings, but what he doesn't realize is that he was followed. The first scene here was actually the very first time that we filmed with Boomer, and you can definitely tell that this was early on in production. It doesn't look as good as some of the other scenes. The second is just kind of an exposition dump, and none of the information that Billy tells Patch is particularly important. Again, this was just me copying Allcroft's script as best as I could, which in the end didn't really add up to much. Like, okay, Billy knows that Patch has seen Boomer, now what? What's he gonna do with this information? How does it change anything? You see what I mean? Anyhow, here's the full sequence as it was intended to be seen.
guy Billy told me about. I gotta go warn him.
I'm coming, Burnett!
Pat?
Mr. Two Feathers! Mr. Two Feathers!
Oh, Pat! What happened?
I've just seen the stranger. And it looks like he's trying to blow up the mountain.
He is. Is he?
Mr. Two Feathers, what is Boomer looking for?
He wants to settle an old fight with Burnett Stone. I think it's about an engine. I think that's what he's looking for. He also wants to make a ton of money without a care of what damages he does in the process.
Wow, what a dick. Those lines look like the shadowy lines on your map, but it could just be light playing tricks, right?
Maybe. But Patch, this valley is suffering, and a way must be found to make it better.
These next two scenes were supposed to be a continuation of the previous plotline that we had established. Patch spies on Boomer, gets caught, and now Boomer spies back to see if Patch has any valuable information. He follows Patch to the next town over, and happens to hear that the lost engine is in the mine shaft in the mountain. Patch runs to tell Billy, who quickly becomes concerned with Patch's new friend who's mysteriously vanished. They go into the station to ask Stacy if she has any ideas about what to do, and she witnessed Lily's departure, so she knows exactly who to call. Both of these scenes were kind of flat and not very well written or acted, so I was worried about how we were going to make them presentable enough for the final polished version of the movie. The answer? Just cut them out.
You're up to something, kid. I know you are. You saw me up the mountain earlier, didn't you? Probably told that Two Feathers, too. Well, it's not gonna matter after tomorrow. You're talking to yourself again. Am not. Denial is no place for a man my age to be. You're probably right.
Thanks, kid. Burnett doesn't stand a chance now.
No, you don't, son of a bitch! Mr. Two Feathers! Mr. Two Feathers!
Okay. You got my name right. What's going on now?
Mr. Two Feathers, I'm sure Mr. Stone knows the secret of the mountain. And now, because of me, Boomer knows the secret too, and it's putting us all in danger.
You're right. He just bought up half of Muffle Mountain to do God knows what to. He was fronting the paperwork at my phase earlier when you dropped off that girl.
Oh, funny story, actually. Well, you see, I don't know where she went. She's gone. She's gone. I cannot find her. She's just disappeared.
Well, who do we call?
All right, it's past sunset. Where is she?
This next scene picked up the plot exactly where we left off. Boomer, who now knows exactly where to blast, has to order more dynamite from his company in order to handle the big job. We establish that he has an exact time that he wants to blast, and when we reach that point later on in the movie, it happens to coincide with Lily's return to the Indian Valley. Once again, I think this scene is still pretty funny. I wanted to convey how silly of a character Boomer was and how little respect he had for Shining Time or its busy railroad by just sort of casually having a conversation in a dangerous area. You know, he doesn't give a shit, he's just Boomer. The ticking clock element of the story really wasn't necessary, especially since dynamite doesn't have a live fuse without fire, so it just didn't make much sense. I just wanted to have a scene with modern-day Boomer that came immediately after the flashback to his past, to remind the audience what the stakes were and why we should be afraid of this idiot who has as much power as Boomer does. It's a cute scene, but again, it's not necessary to the outcome of the story. Take a look.
Lily? Well, no shit because of Lily. Dumb kid.
Jeez. Uh-huh. Yeah? No, yeah, I know.
Yeah? Uh-huh. No, yeah, really. We're gonna need at least 15 more crates of TNT. Well, Jerry, the next time you try to blow up a mountain to find a magical steam engine, I'll tell you how to do it. Dick. Oh, don't you worry, milady. I'll be attending to you soon enough. Soon enough.
Okay, so this last storyline is a little complicated. It doesn't make a lot of sense, it's not very easy to follow, and it just added too many unnecessary details into the story, but I will try to explain it the best that I can. Okay, so Boomer tells Billy that he's got a land grant that will make or break Muffle Mountain. Billy tells Patch about this, who tells Lily when the two of them see Boomer on the island of Sodor. Junior, who happens to not only overhear them talking about the land grant, but also has found a gun in the bushes in his previous scene, uses this as motivation to follow Mr. Conductor into Thomas's cab during the chase scene. So when Diesel 10 grabs onto Thomas, Junior uses this as an opportunity to jump out of the cab, hop into Thomas's coal bunker, run along Pinchy like a tightrope, and fight Boomer to the death in order to save the Indian Valley. In a final moment of desperation, Junior pulls out his gun only to reveal that it shoots carrots and was planted in the grotto by the rabbit to impress his girlfriend. Junior tries to get the paper back again but fails and falls back into Thomas's cab. Okay, so, as you can see, this was not exactly the best idea to include in the movie. For one, the whole story is very loosely connected and it asks a lot of leniency from the audience in order to make it make any sense at all, which, you know, it doesn't. It was too much to include in the chase, and once I cut it out, I immediately preferred the pacing of it much better. It was a win-win for everybody. It made the story simpler, less awkward, and it saved us weeks of editing. But nevertheless, here is the incomplete storyline of the land grant and the gun. Enjoy?
He could be anywhere, and it's all my fault.
I swear, if that Diesel lays a claw on either one of them...
Junior, where did you get that?
Oh, it's in the bushes right there. It's pretty cool, right? Wonder if I could, like, you know, actually do some damage with it.
Stop it. Put it down.
What?
Junior, we're all out of gold dust?
Bankrupt.
Oh, God.
I don't know, but I think he has a land grant to Muffle Mountain. Fuck!
Don't say.
Junior! Watch them.
Watch that. No.
Not if I have anything to say about it.
Junior, what in the hell are you doing?
Taking down the man.
Junior!
Hand over the papers, you corporate hooligan!
Or what? You'll magic them away?
I own that valley, damn it.
Magic this!
All right, surfer boy. Let's see if you can handle Mavericks.
Ah! Hand over the papers, you rat bastard!
Go to hell!
I'd rather not join you! What?
Wait a minute, baby. You ain't seen nothing yet. Just let me get my gun. Where'd it go?
God damn it!
Face it, kid. You're never gonna get this.
Whoa! Ah!
Gotcha! You had your fun, huh, Stallone?
Overall, I hope you can understand why we cut out as much as we did. Boomer is a much better character when he's in the shadows, and Patch was a character who didn't become important to the story until he met Lily. We cut down both of their roles in the final cut of the movie, and as a result, I think that the scenes that remain are stronger because of it. There's some good stuff here and there, but overall the movie's much better without these deleted scenes. Britt Allcroft's Boomer plotline was dumb and long, and it took away from the main story. And so was ours. I'll be back with more deleted scene breakdowns in the future. Thanks for watching.